The man you thought was finished with you is hiding a secret. God is exposing his true intentions, and the hidden plan that still involves you. Archangel Michael says, there are moments when what you believe to be over is only the surface of a deeper mystery that heaven has already begun to reveal. The man you thought had walked away from you, closed the door, and removed himself from your life has not truly finished his role in your story. Behind the silence, there is movement, behind the mask, there are intentions, and behind the distance, there is still a plan that secretly involves you. You feel as though his absence is proof that everything between you has been cut away, yet heaven whispers that this ending is not what it seems. What you were led to believe was gone forever is actually being rearranged, reshaped, and placed under divine examination. Every hidden motive is being prepared for exposure, and his true intentions, kept in shadows for so long, are now being dragged into the light by God's hand. There is a secret lingering behind his actions, one that carries weight beyond the ordinary, for it concerns not just his choices but also the unfolding of your destiny. Though he appeared to turn his back, though he pretended the connection was lost, he is quietly preparing something that he thought you would never discover. Heaven is already unraveling the web he created, and in this unraveling, you will see that his departure was not the end but the beginning of revelation. Your spirit may have sensed it, a tension, an unfinished thread, a feeling that something is still attached to you despite the distance. This is not an illusion, it is a divine signal that the matter is not resolved as you assumed. He still carries your name in his thoughts, and his plan still has you at the center, though you were never meant to know it until now. There is a heaviness in the atmosphere because this truth has waited in silence, hidden behind actions that made you believe he was gone forever. Yet heaven is never deceived, and the eyes of God pierce through every false appearance. What has been concealed is now rushing toward exposure, and you stand at the threshold of discovery that will shake what you thought you knew about him. He carries secrets not because he is free of you, but because his connection to you is not finished. In the quiet places of his mind, he has carried out strategies, plans, and arrangements with you still woven into the center of it. This is why Archangel Michael is being sent to reveal what was meant to be unseen, for the deception has lasted long enough. You thought his silence was closure, but in reality, it was a disguise for a plan he wanted hidden until the right moment. His words may have said one thing, yet his actions and thoughts betrayed another story altogether. That story is now unfolding, and you are about to see why heaven would not allow you to be in the dark any longer. Do not mistake this for a random situation, this is deliberate, purposeful, and tied to your calling. The man who pretended to cut ties is still holding a thread, and that thread is now being pulled by heaven so you will see clearly what lies ahead. God is removing the veil, and soon you will know what has been hidden in secret meetings, quiet decisions, and thoughts he never voiced. Even now, as you read this message, the air around you holds an urgency, because the revelation is near. The silence will not last much longer, and the lies will not cover the truth anymore. Heaven is already breaking open the doors that kept you blind to his true intentions. What he tried to disguise as distance was in fact control, for he thought by staying hidden he could still influence your path. But God is not allowing such interference anymore, for heaven has already seen the consequences that his secret plan carries. The light is about to invade the darkness of his schemes, and you will stand with clarity that cannot be denied. Archangel Michael says, the season of hidden deception has ended, and the season of exposure has begun. You were chosen to hear this now, for the time of waiting is closing, and the truth will not be withheld. What he wanted to keep behind locked doors is already slipping through, and the divine hand is ensuring that you will not be left unaware. You must prepare yourself, for the unveiling of truth does not come lightly. It carries shock, it carries revelation, and it carries the weight of realizing that not everything was as it seemed. Yet in this, there is also liberation, for when the secret is revealed, you will stand free from confusion and strengthened by clarity. This man's connection to you was never just surface, it was deeper, and though he tried to bury it, heaven has dug it out. The plan he carries is not aligned with truth, but rather with an attempt to bend your path for his own purposes. Yet the Almighty does not allow such manipulation to last, and the unraveling is already happening. The hidden doors he stepped through, the whispered conversations, the decisions made in secret, they all carried your name in some way. You were never fully removed from his calculations, even when he wanted you to think so. This is why your spirit has felt a restlessness, an echo of unfinished business that lingered even in the silence. God has chosen this moment to show you what lies beneath, for the delay of exposure is over. Heaven's timing is perfect, and though the revelation may sting, it will empower you with vision sharper than ever before. You will know who he truly is, not just who he pretended to be. Every action he thought was unseen has been recorded, every intention he masked has been noted. You are not walking blindly, for heaven ensures that your eyes are opened now. This is divine intervention, and it is happening because your future cannot be compromised by secrecy any longer. Type Amen to get divine blessing 721. Heaven has already begun moving pieces around you, preparing you for the truth's arrival. You may feel waves of energy shifting, sudden thoughts rising, or unusual dreams pressing upon you. That is not coincidence. It is the spiritual atmosphere preparing your heart for the clarity you are about to receive. Do not underestimate the magnitude of this revelation. It will not only uncover his hidden motives, but it will also realign your path toward greater strength and discernment. The truth is both a shield and a sword in your hand, and you are about to wield it. Archangel Michael says, "You were not abandoned, you were protected." His departure was not his power over you, but heaven's shield moving you out of reach until the right moment of unveiling. The time has come, and what you thought was silence will now become a loud truth echoing into your destiny. He is not finished with you, but neither is God finished with him. The collision of truth and deception is happening even now, and the result will leave you standing on higher ground than before. You are not a victim of his secret, you are the victor chosen to rise above it. Type Amen to get divine blessing 856. The silence you endured was not without purpose, for heaven was testing your strength in the unseen. You were being trained to rely not on what you could hear or see, but on what your spirit discerned beneath the surface. And that inner awareness kept warning you, whispering that the story with him was not as closed as you thought. He tried to bury the truth beneath distance, convincing himself that silence could erase the evidence of his intentions. But heaven does not forget, nor does it allow truth to be hidden forever under false appearances. The time of exposure is now, and everything concealed will come forward with clarity. The truth is heavy, because it involves both your heart and your destiny. This is not merely about a relationship or an unfinished story, it is about spiritual alignment that affects where you are heading. Heaven will not allow anyone, no matter how skilled in secrecy, to interfere with your purpose. That is why the divine spotlight is turning on him now. What he thought he could continue in shadows is already being dragged into the open by the hand of God. The mask is slipping, and you are about to see the face behind it. Type Amen to get divine blessing 564. There were signs you felt but could not explain, moments of unease, dreams that unsettled you, coincidences too sharp to ignore. Those were not random, they were divine nudges preparing you for this unveiling. Heaven never leaves you blind, but often waits until the appointed time to open your eyes fully. Heaven has chosen this moment because your spirit has grown stronger, and you are no longer as vulnerable to his hidden motives as before. You have been sharpened in silence, strengthened in stillness, and fortified in faith. Now, when the truth arrives, you will stand in power instead of confusion. This revelation will not break you, it will free you. What once held sway over your emotions will lose its grip when the hidden plan is finally revealed. And what you thought was loss will turn into wisdom, granting you discernment for the path ahead. The man you thought was gone still holds on to you in ways you never knew. But heaven is stepping in to cut away every false cord and leave only what is aligned with your true calling. You are being lifted above manipulation and into a clarity that cannot be shaken. Type Amen to get divine blessing 903. Understand that what is being revealed is not to torment you but to prepare you. Heaven never exposes for the sake of pain, but for the sake of freedom. And this freedom is being written into your destiny as the truth breaks open before your eyes. There are layers to his hidden intentions. On the surface, it looks like departure, but underneath, there are choices, conversations, and even strategies still circling around you. He did not release you fully, though he pretended otherwise. He thought silence would shield him from being found out. But heaven saw through it all and allowed you to feel the unrest in your spirit as a sign. You are being vindicated now, for what you felt was true, and soon it will no longer be denied. This is why you were never at peace with the idea that everything was finished. Something inside kept telling you there was more, and that more is what God is now uncovering. Heaven's timing is flawless, and what was meant to confuse you will now be turned into your confirmation. Type Amen to get divine blessing 1241. There is a divine urgency moving in your life right now. You may feel it in ways you cannot explain, as though something is about to happen, because it is. The truth is pressing forward, and it will not be delayed. He wanted you to believe that he was free of you, that his story with you was closed. But in secret, his choices kept circling back, still involving your name, your path, and your future. That is why heaven will not let this pass unseen. When the truth arrives, it will shock you with how much was happening behind your back. The conversations, the quiet alignments, the hidden plans, all of it carried your name even when he told you otherwise. God is not exposing this lightly, but with the full weight of divine timing. Archangel Michael says, the protection over you is strong, and the truth is being released not to harm you, but to free you. What he meant for concealment is now becoming revelation, and what he thought would remain secret is being shouted by the Spirit. You are stepping into clarity, and nothing will remain hidden any longer. Type Amen to get divine blessing 1788. The truth that is being revealed will cause you to look back and finally understand why certain things never made sense. His behavior, his silence, his sudden changes, they were all pieces of a bigger picture he never wanted you to see. But heaven does not allow confusion to rule, and the moment of understanding is arriving. Every secret has a limit, every hidden thing has a moment when it can no longer stay in the dark. That moment has come for him, and his intentions are now slipping through his grasp. No matter how carefully he tried to conceal it, God is pulling the veil back completely. This will be a moment that divides the past from the future. You will no longer be tied to uncertainty or bound by questions, because clarity is coming with power. And with that clarity, your decisions will become strong, your steps will become sure, and your heart will be set free. The man you thought was finished with you is still entangled in your story, but it will not be in the way he planned. Heaven is rewriting the script, and what he intended for manipulation will turn into a testimony of your strength. His secret involvement is being overturned by divine justice. Type Amen to get divine blessing 2110. There is no force strong enough to block what God is revealing now. Though he tried to build walls around his secrets, heaven has already shattered them. And soon, you will stand face to face with the evidence that he never truly let go. His words were empty in comparison to his actions. He claimed to be done, yet he kept weaving you into his choices and conversations. His life still carried the imprint of you, though he wanted you blind to it. He underestimated the divine hand on your life. He thought silence and distance could deceive you, but the spirit within you never stopped stirring. That stirring was the whisper of heaven, telling you that there was more than what you could see. Now you will see it, not through imagination, but through undeniable exposure. The signs are aligning, the truth is cracking through, and what was hidden is no longer sustainable. This is the divine moment of unveiling, and you are at the center of it. Type Amen to get divine blessing 2655. This revelation is not just about him, it is about you stepping into a greater awareness of who you are. You are not meant to be manipulated, not meant to be controlled by half-truths, and not meant to walk in blindness. You are chosen to rise in wisdom, discernment, and strength. When the truth comes, it will hurt for a moment, but heal for a lifetime. The shock may strike your heart, but the freedom that follows will empower you. You will no longer look back with questions, but with certainty of what truly happened. He thought you would never discover his secret, but God had already planned this unveiling long before he made his choice. The exposure is not late, it is on time. And when it comes, you will know it could only have been orchestrated by heaven. Every step you take from this moment will be guided by clarity. No longer will shadows surround you, no longer will you wonder if you were wrong. The truth will stand in front of you like a mirror, showing you everything he tried to conceal. Type Amen to get divine blessing 3124. Even now, his spirit is restless because he knows the exposure is close. The energy around him is heavy, for he can sense that the shield of secrecy is breaking. And though he tries to resist it, there is nothing he can do to stop the hand of God. Your story is protected, your future is shielded, and your destiny cannot be redirected by his secret intentions. That is why heaven has waited until this precise moment, to strengthen you first, and then to open the door to revelation. You are ready now in a way you were not before. The exposure will reveal not only his motives but also the depth of God's protection over you. You will see how many times you were shielded from choices that could have harmed you. You will see how silence was not punishment but preservation. Archangel Michael says, what you are about to witness is both a warning and a gift. A warning of how easily deception tries to creep in, and a gift of clarity that will protect you forevermore. The man you thought was gone is not finished, but heaven is ensuring that his plan will fail. Type Amen to get divine blessing 3667. The final stage of this unveiling is already in motion. You may not see it with your natural eyes yet, but in the spiritual realm, the walls of secrecy are collapsing. His hidden motives are falling apart, and the truth is racing toward you like a tide that cannot be stopped. There is no turning back from this exposure. The process has begun, and every layer of his plan is being peeled away one by one. Soon, You will stand in the light of full knowledge, holding the truth that will forever change how you see him. The man you thought was finished with you still tried to carry your name in silence. He tried to keep you bound in a hidden way, hoping you would never see his involvement. But heaven has declared that his mask is removed and his plan is finished. You are not to fear this revelation, for it is your release. What you discover will empower you, not weaken you. The truth will be the doorway into strength that no lie can ever shake again. Type Amen to get divine blessing 4011. Already, the atmosphere around you is shifting because heaven is making room for clarity. This revelation will not leave you empty, it will fill you with certainty, wisdom, and direction. You will look at yourself differently, realizing you were never abandoned, only hidden for protection. The truth will remind you that you were always seen by God, always shielded, always protected even when you didn't know it. You will see how divine hands moved in silence to guard you from destruction. And this recognition will fill you with gratitude instead of fear. The man you thought had power over you never truly did. His hidden intentions were built on shadows, but shadows cannot stand in the presence of light. And now, the brightest light of heaven is shining, breaking apart everything that once deceived you. You will not just survive this revelation, you will rise from it. Stronger, sharper, and filled with discernment that will guide you for years to come. What once felt like a wound will now become a weapon of wisdom in your hands. Type Amen to get divine blessing 4229. This is your season of clarity. No more confusion, no more questions, no more wondering if you imagined what your spirit was sensing. Heaven has confirmed it, and the truth is here. His story with you is not finished, but not because he chose it, because God chose to reveal it. This involvement will not control you, it will teach you. It will not break you, it will make you unshakable. Understand this, you are not standing in weakness, but in the greatest strength you have ever carried. You are about to walk into a freedom you have never known. And nothing will ever bind you the way it once tried to again. This revelation will echo far beyond this moment. It will change how you see people, how you hear God's voice, and how you protect your own destiny. It will awaken you to a higher awareness of who you are. Type Amen to get divine blessing 4590. And when the unveiling is complete, you will breathe differently. The weight that lingered in silence will lift, and you will feel lightness in your soul. For the first time in a long time, you will stand completely free. The man you thought was finished with you will no longer have power in shadows. His plan will crumble, and the truth will leave him powerless before you. What he thought could bind you secretly will instead release you publicly. You will see how divinely orchestrated this moment is. Nothing happened by accident, nothing was delayed without purpose. Heaven has carefully prepared you for this exact hour of exposure. Archangel Michael says, "Rejoice in this revelation, for it is your freedom." What is being unveiled is not meant to frighten you but to set you apart from every lie. This is the moment of clarity, and you are walking into it fully armed with divine strength. Type Amen to get divine blessing 4999. The cycle of silence is broken. The hidden plan is exposed. And your story moves forward in power, truth, and unstoppable destiny. You are not the same person you were before this moment. You are wiser now, stronger now, and your spirit has been sharpened through fire. You stand clothed in clarity that no shadow can penetrate again. This man thought he could finish his chapter with you quietly. But God has shown you that nothing is truly hidden when heaven has decided to reveal it. And now, you will walk into the next chapter with freedom and with victory. The truth is your shield, the truth is your sword, and the truth is your release. The man who was not finished with you will no longer have secret control, for God has cut the thread. And you are free to rise higher, see clearer, and live stronger than ever before. Type Amen to get Divine Blessing 5333.